And JT, you got Drew Holiday on the Pelicans. What are we looking out for Holiday?
Well, I know Holiday is a two-way player. He gives James Harden fits. It's shown up in the stat sheet. He's a tough cover on the offensive end, but defensively is what he hangs his hat on.
Rockets comes up with a block, and his energy is infectious. And Grant, we talked to Coach, and he talked about the addition of Fareed and how he's been for him and giving his team a game plan and a belief to come out and compete very undermanned tonight.
Well, as a coach, there's certain elements of this game that you cannot control, and injuries was one of them.
The question is, can they hang in there for 48 minutes against the Rockets?
Are you surprised to see Anthony Davis and we see Okafor down low?
That's all night action they just ran there. Beard verbally communicated to Fareed and Chris Paul to go play a two-man game off the ball. And now you see they get the switch they wanted, penetrating kick. Eric Gordon knocks down a three.
And he said he did not want to put him on the foul line. And I see defenders right now really playing with no hands, taking away any of their Harden knocks down the three.
Have you seen that in 600 attempts? That was an assisted field goal. I love it right here. Penetration, the kick, and the assisted three-point shot by the Beat.
You're looking for angles, and you're giving up every possible angle with your hands behind your back. Now, mind you, they do not have Anthony Davis in the backside of the defense, so he's not anchoring the defense. So if you channel him, who do you send him to?
He's old school classic with his between-the-leg dribble. And the between-the-leg dribble gives you the go forward, and it also gives you the step back. That's why I say in the game today, he's probably one of the most complete players offensively, but he also understands the rules offensively probably better than any other player.
And they're already down 5, so we'll see what happens. And Harden and Chris Paul are not on the floor for the first time this season. I guarantee it.
And conversely for Houston, you know.
And Karana, as you watch from the sideline, as Fareed just
flexes
scores
on him.
Yeah. I mean, Karan, what was your thoughts as a player being undermanned and that second unit coming in? Were you more concerned if you're the road team, the Pelicans, can you just hang on? Or did you hope that your second unit could extend the lead? I mean, extend a little bit. And Capella, I mean, that's 48 minutes of energy at the center position that's going to be very effective for Paul and Harden.
Well, it gives them a great dynamic addition to play high minutes as Chris Paul and James do.
Yeah, I played with him in Phoenix, and, you know, we didn't go hard in preseason, in training camp. He wanted you to work to get yourself ready.
In the association, where would you want to be? It's a couple organizations that get it right. Detroit Pistons, Chicago Bulls, Boston Celtics, Miami.
These players are actually taking less money to be in a better situation. And when we say less money, we're talking, you know, $20 to $30 to $40 million, life-changing money.
Fins moving, now you got the matchup you wanted.
And people think it's old school basketball to go inside, but like you said, Grant, there's multiple ways to do it, and that was very unique. Ooh, dude.
Around, however, I did put it on video.
Oh, okay. There they go, double teaming again. Great decision, good pass out of the double team.
Last snaps a Pelican 10-0 run. The double team again, and they're going to let Tucker eat all that he can. Fareed on the hustle and the intangibles, and you know, we talked about Harden being guarded and seeing a lot of different defenses. Okafor inside again. Thing, especially when you're playing very short-handed and you have to give that belief to your players.
And Alvin talked about you got to believe, you got to compete, and they're doing that for the most part. As Houston knows, is catching fire here to start the third quarter. But
Chris Paul said, "You ain't competing hard enough, baby."
Nice spin move.
He can score anytime down there right now.
Bucket.
And if you got a low post player and you can exploit it, as Chris Paul knocks down the three, you know, that's how you can stay in the game and control the tempo of the game with a guy like Okafor around the basket. You saw the double team coming from the weak side with Tucker. Harden pulls up for a three, and that's like water for him. He knocks that down like he's drinking a sip of water. They can lock down, but you got to give the Pelicans a lot of credit for staying in the game. Okafor is throwing it down tonight, baby.
Wow.
And you mean this kid could not play in Philly? Are you kidding me?
It takes time for you to grow up in the league, and I didn't think in Philly that he had the type of mentors that he has right now. And we know he came from a great program in Duke, and we knew he could play this way. And I think right now,
yeah, he's done a remarkable job, and I think you guys touched on it, prior to the game and also during the game. When you're talking about having one starter available, and this is an opportunity for a lot of other guys.
Pass. There you go, Monahan. I wouldn't be surprised in the fourth quarter to see a lot more Chris Paul pick and rolls in the middle of the floor. Shooter spaced, and he's spread out.
In the paint is important. But when Harden is off like he is right now, then your offense is going to struggle. And he's been so good and so consistent. Has a three-point shot by Miller, foul by Gordon.
and consequently you didn't get a basket out of the fast break, out of the transition, and now you're down to 5 seconds on the shot clock, and you're going to have to take a tough shot here. Rich Rivers turns into a three. He's kept his team believing, and they got a good game plan going right now. Rivers knocks down the three, and who's coming back into the game to slow down the tempo, taking Diallo out of the game after making the turnover? None other than Okafor. You know, Grant, that was one of the first things I was taught as a point guard. Time, tempo, and score. Those are the three most important things that Harden does, the sideways step back.
It may play a role here down the stretch. Right there, New Orleans getting easy baskets.
So you're going to see a steady dose of Holiday and Okafor these last 4 minutes of the game.
Wow.
He's good.
That was
real good.
Defensive strategy by Alvin Gentry as Holiday just takes his time, reads the defense, makes a nice little finish and touch at the rim, but
goes out, so the switching strategy that they've had will work just a little bit better, but they're still very undersized. And Holiday gets to the cup and scores again. Good defense, good rebound. Now they have to score right here. This is a must-score possession. Let's see if James can get to the basket and get fouled. Oh, easy. Uncontested.
And that was the easiest basket that he's had here in the fourth quarter.
You can eat it in the car while you buy faster at Auto Trader.
Rockets in the first quarter were 8 for 16. Now they're 9 for 33. And as we talk it up, run through them.
Good pass. Possible. And give the game away here down the stretch.
And the Pelicans have 7 turnovers in this quarter alone.
Oh, wow. It's a 4-point ball game, 2-possession game. Just don't touch anybody. Hey, that's a wrap.
Great win by the Pelicans. They come back from a 15-point deficit. Okafor had a season.